Testing, 1 1 2 2. What is going on out there, my people? What is going on this Tuesday wake up morning? Yes. I am in here this morning. Um, like I say, I'll be trying to start the show early. It don't never work out too much, okay? But I'm here and I'm ready to get this started this morning. So let's get to it, okay? Let's get to it this Tuesday morning. I was doing some research, looking up some things last night, or yesterday morning, and I was shocked. I was very shocked to see how the people in 2026 uh, really has grown a lot with the good with information, with how the world has. Hey, what's going on this morning, Miss Dallas? Yeah, I was very shocked to see how this world has really picked up with real information in 2026. I was really shocked to see how it's a lot of people out here that's really concerned on how this 2026 is going so far this morning. I mean, this year. Excuse me, you guys. I'm up here trying to do something. Yeah, I was shocked to see that a lot of people was very um, in tune to what is actually going on out here. The information that's out here, people are starting to really gravitate towards that, and I really was shocked by that, and I also was very happy to see people really out here really wanting to know more in 2026. Uh, it's a lot of information out here. It's a lot of positive information out here. So it's very important that we get our hands on the real information, and it's very important that we spread the real information. And this is one of the channel that does that. I spread real news, real information that's good for the soul, that's good for the heart. So I was very impressed when I saw people is really doing their homework on real information. Okay, let's get it this morning. That is so true. That is so true. The Lord Jesus Christ is still working on me. Yes, and I am so thankful, you guys. I am so thankful that the man upstairs, that man upstairs, he never took his hand away from me. I am so thankful for that. Uh, that man upstairs gets all the glory, he gets all the praise each and every day that I uh, wake up and have a chance to say and to thank him. I am going to really do that because without that man upstairs, you guys, uh, none of this, none of this would even be possible moving forward. And that's what this video is about this morning. We have to learn how to keep moving forward in life, no matter what comes our way, no matter what challenges we may be up against, no matter what obstacles that stands in our way, we have to keep pressing forward. And one of the ways how we can do that, we can do that by learning, okay, more on how to come from under the habits that we was formed growing up in our lives. That's something that I notice. Uh, the older I get, we form these habits, and it's kind of hard to break those habits. Okay, but when we learn to do stuff like that, we will ultimately become a very wise and better person. Here we go again with this new positive information. That I've always bring early in the morning because we need this early in the morning. They say the first thing when you wake up, you're supposed to always listen to something that can get you through the day. Okay. So I choose each and every day to listen to positive messages early in the morning when I first get up, in the middle of the afternoon, and of course in the evening. Okay. I practice what I preach. Okay. But they used to say, preach what you no, practice what you preach. No, it's preach what you practice. Okay. That's what I do, you guys. So let's listen to this good information this morning. Okay. This good positive information. It's about us as a people, what we need to learn to keep moving forward in life.
I heard you once say, "We know how to make money, we just don't know how to spend it." Black people blame white people for 95% of our problems and still spend 97% of our money with them. Can you elaborate on that comment, please?
That's exactly, we're real close to the quote. I think I said that we've got dollars, but what we need is sense. You know, when you count the mathematics and look at black people as a nation, there's 233 independent nations on the earth. And out of the 233 independent nations, black people at $1.3 trillion are the eighth richest nation in the world. Yet, we don't have anything in our community that we can call our own. So by the simple fact that we're the eighth richest nation on the earth and we don't have our own educational system, don't feed ourselves, grow our own food, is a sign that we got dollars, but we need some sense. So
I love when he said that. We have the money. Sometimes we even have the resources, but the thinking of the resources that we do have, that's something that we still have to pick up on. Unfortunately, you guys, like I say, I was a part of these issues as well, but I will say at the age of, which was late still, at the age of 30, I really started thinking about how I was spending my time, how I was spending my money, and certain things that was in my circle. I started changing. I started figuring stuff out. Okay. Now that I'm 50, of course I got it, right? Okay. So that's why I do these videos, because I try to inspire the kids to not let your years be wasted. Okay. I literally got to this point through growing, but it took me a long time to do that. So that's why I speak to the young kids. If you able to be around somebody at the age of 20, in your early 20s or something, and you get this type of information right here, this type of information right here, then you would be well off when you get to my age, the 50s. Okay.
I said we blame the white man.
Imagine being able to build anything just
Oh,
by
wait a
thinking
minute.
about it.
Wait a minute.
For 95% of our problems, but we still spend 97% of our money with them. That's bass accurate, if you count that.
And
As
what's wild to me is that, like, I just observe life
Hey,
as it is.
he ain't
So every
lying
city
right
I go
there.
to,
That was a very good point. We always talk about the white man, how he have our feet on our necks, but we don't mind going to spend our money, our resources with those same people. Okay.
I'm here in Indianapolis, right? And when I look around, I see black people suffering. But then on the other hand, people tell me black people are doing great. And sometimes I think they distort their position for the masses of the people.
Well, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad made this revolutionary observation about how to properly judge the rise or the fall of us as a nation. He said, no one individual can rise above the condition of their people. So you never should judge the individual few poster child mannequins in the storehouse of democracy's window, Negroes that have made it, to justify that we have made it as a people. We do have $1.3 trillion in money.
And that's good too. How he said the black folks, we do have resources. We do have a little bit of capital, but we do nothing with it to help other people that look like us. We hate on one another. We do not like spending our money with people that look like us, and we do not really help sometimes. Not all, but we do not help, stand out helps to people that look like us. So he's very accurate when he says this about our people.
That's income, though, and that's not wealth. So when the math is calculated, black people only possess less than 2% of the wealth of the United States of America. Income and wealth are two different concepts. Income is the money you earn by exchange of your time or the sale of a good product or service. But wealth is when you exchange that money for something that either keeps value or increases in value over time. Black
And that's the key point too. We work, we have houses, we have cars, we have a lot of good things and a lot of nice things, but we do not invest into ourselves to keep, uh, as he was speaking on, the wealth, to keep the money going. You know, the philosopher said, you work, and then you have investments, and then your investments can catch up to your work, and then the work can come down here and your investments can go up there. Okay. That's also very, very true. That's why I speak to the young people. Okay. I speak to the young people about these things, because they are the ones actually that can override a lot of this um, foolery, okay, and a lot of this brainwashing that some of us has been privy to.
people, we are the leaders in unnecessary spending. We buy stuff we don't need from people that we don't like to impress people we don't know, and at the end of the math of the equation, we end up stuff, but never business we can pass down to our children, or real estate that increases or keeps its value over time. So we've got.
Now, that's exactly what I was talking about. We have all of this stuff, okay, but it's non-value. It's something that the generation's always going to have to keep going to work, okay, instead of basically, if you have investments, the investments would pick up over the work, and the work would be down here, and your investments would take off. That's the name of the game. That's monopolizing the system. And sometimes we don't get this until oftentimes it's too late. Okay. That's why, once again, I speak to the young people.
Got income, but we don't have the wealth. That's why I said we've got dollars, but we need some sense. Out of that $1.3 trillion, Brother Lynn, do you know that we spend $23 billion a year on clothes? 11.
Whoa, I have to stop that because that is also so true. Another thing, though, we have been programmed to believe this stuff as well. I'll never forget. They had showed a video of the rapper, or whatever you want to call him, um, somebody that was put out here to program us. That guy from what's his called, Jim Jones or whatever the case may be. He's a you know whatever type of guy, right? But what I'm saying is, they had him in the Gucci store. He was literally spazzing off in the Gucci store as a black person to these white people that own this stuff, right? He trying to spend thousands, 10 thousands of dollars, like thousands of dollars. He mad at them because of the service, I guess, they was giving him. But I'm like, Negro, first of all, why is you in there spending tens and thousands of dollars with in the Gucci store? With people that's gonna take that $10,000 back to their country. Why you don't go spend that $10,000 with your own black people? And he fussing about this. I bet you now he want to take that $10,000 worth of stuff that basically he was purchasing. I bet you now he want to go take it back, right? Man, I don't understand, but we've been programmed. We've been programmed to do this.
Billion dollars a year on furniture, $3.2 billion on keeping up with the latest cell phone that came out, $46 billion on cars, $60 billion on legal and illegal drugs, $32 billion dressing up the outside of our head. But when it comes to dressing up the inside of our mind, which is the purchase of books.
Apparently, you can go from
Another
zero.
commercial. Oh my gosh. Hey, he just said something that was big. Uh Books. You're not gonna see nobody going to spend 1,000 books. Okay. I will say this though. My little girl, okay, my daughter, she loves going to Barnes and Nobles. She loves going to bookstores. And me and her on our father and daughter time, okay, that's what we actually do. And she be trying to challenge me now to read uh, books. Like I told her, I have no problem with that so much nowadays. I just like to read thinking books, books that makes you think, that helps you to think better, books that hits the heart and the spirit. Those the type of books that I love to read now. But me and my daughter, we goes to Barnes and Noble all the time. We stand there for hours, and that is something that this man is saying. We don't. We spend all the money on everything else, but when it comes to basically educating your mind, educating your spirit, um, if we add up what people spend on that, I bet you it wouldn't come nearly close to what we spend with all of these other things that's unnecessary. Message, my people. Like I say, this is more for people that's study trying to find themselves, study trying to create themselves, that study looking for ways to reinvent themselves. It's never too late, even though the young people should pick this up faster and more because they need it because they have a little bit more time left. But older people, it's still never too late. Okay. Wait a minute.
Purchased in books. That would be fine if God said in Hosea 4 and 6, my people are destroyed from a lack of sow-ins, or my people are destroyed from a lack of temple tapers or phase, but my people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge. So we should be investing more in the building up of the mind and building up of our character, getting the sense that we need to go with those dollars, so that when we marry our wealth with some wisdom, we can actually leave something behind for our children and our children's children that they can call their own.
I'm glad you said that. I have to put myself out there before I criticize anyone, right? When I was younger, based on my environment, it's a learned behavior. I'm ashamed to say this now publicly, but I thought I had to spend money. I really thought I had to spend money. Like if I had $100 in my pocket, I thought if I went out, I had to spend $100. I'm not sure if you had that mind frame younger on.
Well, I did too. Unfortunately, black people's brains have been hardwired where we connect happiness to spending. We have to disconnect the wire in our brain from happiness and spending and take from happiness to saving and happiness to investing. Do you know that rich people stay rich because they pretend to be poor? And poor people stay poor because they pretend to be rich. We spend money. We literally are trying to buy respect, and we go broke trying to look rich. So when the math is done, I was talking to a brother in our barbershop one day, and I was telling him that when you have enough on the inside, you don't need the stuff on the outside to make you feel like you are something. And the brother, look, he verified the position. He said, you know what?
Now that is so big. But watch what he finna say about the conversation he was having in the barbershop with this guy. I have been around people that thought like this, and I'm quite sure others has been around people that thought like this. We have been conditioned to think that there's nothing in the inside of us that's worth value. So we dress up all of these things on the outside. I have been around in circles and around people for a very long time. And the outside of them, it was made picture perfect. But the inside of them was so dark. And I was able to see these things. And that's probably the reason why I was blessed and able to be here right now, to be doing this type of breakdown, this type of stuff on YouTube, because I was able to see the light of what's more important and what's not that important. I was able to see that. So that's the reason why I'm probably here right now. Okay. Thank you, Lord Jesus.
But I'm gonna tell you the truth. Me and my guys was out. We went to out of town, and we was on our way to go to the club. And whenever we start getting dressed, my partner realized that he had left his jewelry. And the minute that he seen that he didn't have his jewelry, I noticed that he got sad. And he didn't even go with us. Next day, I went down to the counter at the hotel room, and he was opening up a package. He had somebody overnight his jewelry to them.
Oh, man, this thing got 1,001 cuts on it. Okay, got the whole up here. What is going on?
Jury, he took his watch, his chain, and put it on and told me, "Hey, I'm back." But he never went nowhere. Problem is that he felt a sense of worth from what he put on the outside of himself. But the real sense of worth doesn't come from the jewel you put on your finger, your wrist, or your necklace. The real sense of worth comes from the jewel you put in your mind with knowledge, wisdom, understanding, discipline, and character. So that we got it all twisted, and just like you, we had our brains hardwired improperly where we connected the wire from happiness to spending instead of to saving. And
Man. I love that assessment. He is so right on point with this. A lot of us have this. A lot of us may have been through this, but the old saying is, when you know better, you do better. Don't make no difference when you get it. Just get it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Preferably, we would like to get it young, but if we over that point, you still can get it. It's not about what's all around us. It's about what's in here. And once I started paying attention, well, more attention to what was in here and what was in here, that's when life started to really work for me. Okay. Like I say, I was once lost as well with all of this programming stuff, or falling up under my circumstances. I was once like this as well. But once I started listening to this, and once I started following this and following this, all of that went away. Okay. I started really uh, being thankful for the position that I had to overcome to get to where I'm at now. Let's listen to this one more time.
with us. Next day, I went down to the counter at the hotel room, and he was opening up a package. He had somebody overnight his jewelry to them. And when he grabbed the jewelry out, he took his watch, his chain, and put it on and told me, "Hey, I'm back." But he never went nowhere. Problem is that he felt a sense of worth from what he put on the outside of himself. But the real sense of worth doesn't come from the jewel you put on your finger, your wrist, or your necklace. The real sense of worth comes from the jewel you put in your mind with knowledge, wisdom, understanding, discipline, and character. So
That's it right there. We're going to stop that. Discipline and character. That's is the real thing to life. Once I started really believing and seeing this, everything started working out for me. Okay. But it took me a while to understand uh, that I was actually being programmed. So I had to deprogram myself. Okay. Ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Ain't nobody gonna come and save you. You have to do it for yourself. And it's easy in a way if you look at everything that's happening in the world. So always, you guys, always stay very aware of what's going on around you and what's going on inside you. Always stay very aware of that. Okay. All right, you guys, y'all already know it is my time. It is my time because I only be up in here 30 minutes. I try to give myself an hour, but it don't work that way. So I'm out of here, you guys. Enjoy y'all Tuesday, and I will be back on here soon. I appreciate everybody that checks out these videos. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate everybody that's subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, please feel free to subscribe to my channel, Mr. RC Community TV Show. Okay, we're gonna put the show on this, okay, because life is a stage. So we all is part of this show. But it depends on you on how you want your show to begin and to end. Now, we might be past the beginning, but as long as the Lord Jesus Christ wake us up each and every day, we still have a chance to write a good ending. So on that note, you guys, I am out of here. I really appreciate you guys. For those that haven't subscribed, please go to YouTube and subscribe to the RC Community TV show here on YouTube. I thank y'all. I do truly thank y'all. Y'all already know my saying, right? Peace, love, joy. Definitely joy, you guys, right? And you can't hide joy. I mean, you definitely can't hide joy without that what? Positivity. That's right. All right, you guys. Enjoy your Tuesday. Peace.